Hello, everybody, and welcome to Daytona International Speedway. We continue with Speed Weeks with some of the most important races today. The Daytona Duels. An entry list of 52 cars showed up. They qualified the other day, and now we'll see who makes the Daytona 500. 42 will be in it. The rest will go home. Let's get through your starting lineup. Brock Moore won the pole yesterday. He is an open driver, he is an open car, and he will be racing in the 500 because he will be locked into that pole spot. Caleb Lane to his outside, Quandre Wilson and Tony Santori Jr. in row 2. Santori Jr. can fall back on his qualifying time as well as Brock Moore. Dan Sedgwick and Rookie of the Year winner Carlson Vebbels in row 3. Row 4 is Michael Parsons and Kurt Perkins, a couple rivals there in the same row. Row 5 is Grace Sachs. He is an open driver. He needs to race his way in. And to his outside is St. Craig. Row 6 is Ryan Scarrett and Riley Smith. Row 7 is Sierra Reno and Ronnie Martin. Row 8 is Brandon Allen, rookie Brandon Allen. He needs to race his way in. And to his outside is Alex Davidson. In row 9 is Christopher Lattimore. He needs to race his way in. And to his outside is Peter Lane. These two drivers behind them need to race their way in. Tegan Fox and Matthew Hebert. Pretty much the rest of the field needs to race their way in. Dick Patrick, and Josh Eichenfelder now in the 78. Neil Dick got fired. He is entered in this 500, but he's in duel 2. Jackson Brown and Wario Ware in this row. And on the final row is last year's pole sitter, Justin Perez, and Big Mac to his outside in his new 77 ride. Well, not new. He owns the team now. But anyways, 26 drivers. Most of them will try to race their way in. 5 will have to race their way in. The rest will go home. Let's get this race underway.
Drivers, start your engines!
And there we go. The engines fire up. And the cars are now rolling. Duel 1 about to get underway. 30 laps. No pit stops probably. It's 1 times. In our terms, as Brock Moore and Caleb Lane in new looking Monte Carlos for the 99-2000 season. No other team is really running that type of Monte Carlo. They'll probably run it next year. But anyways, pace car will pull in, and the excitement will soon begin for these duels. A lot of drivers will try to race their way in. We'll keep you updated on those drivers. And we'll keep you updated on who wins the 500, who's leading, and all that other jazz. As the pace car will pull in, Brock Moore, Caleb Lane, technical teammates will bring the field to green, and we're underway at Daytona. Pretty even start here, as Moore's trying to fight with Lane for the lead so far. Lane kind of getting the advantage on the high side. Aggressive behind, already 3 wide. Jackson Brown and a couple other drivers. Brown trying to race his way into the 500. He's probably currently out, but he's making moves there. More than any other driver right now. As you can see, a little bit of 3 wide as drivers are now making moves. Gray Sachs moves down to the bottom. Currently in a transfer spot so far, but you never know what could happen. Going 3 wide with his teammate and team owner as Santori falls back. Brandon Allen also making moves as well, using the inside lane to his advantage. That's the most dominant lane so far, and we already got 3 wide. Sachs moves down to the inside of his teammate, and Brock Moore is going to lead lap number 1, the 01. If he wins this duel, that 3rd place will go to the 2nd place, which is currently Quandre Wilson, as Scarrett tried to get down to the inside. He had no room. Sachs kind of blocked him there, as it gets a bit single fouled out front, as most of the field stuck behind. As they head down the backstretch, Sachs moves down to the inside, trying to get 2nd place, helped by Scarrett. He's got a run. Sierra Reno also helping as Brandon Allen catches up. Lattimore as well, Tegan Fox, Matthew Hubert. All your transfer drivers right there that need to race their way in. As Reno now moves down to the bottom, trying to make moves happen. Almost 3 wide. Oh, doesn't have enough room. As Sachs will move up to the high side and start to fall back somewhat. Moore so far has led them all, but it's still very early in this duel as they get 3 wide again. Scarrett will now move up into second. Brandon Allen now will become the first driver in the transfer spot, right in front of Tegan Fox, Hubert, and a bunch of other drivers as Caleb Lane's trying to make his way back to the front. 46 machine back there. Making moves, making 3 wide. You never know what could happen. There's Jackson Brown. I think we were 4 wide for a second there. Davidson and a couple other drivers, but they figured it out. As some drivers are losing the pack so far. You can see Santori maybe kind of laying back there as Moore will lead another lap. Santori kind of laying back here. He knows he'll be in the 500. He can fall back on his qualifying time as Brandon Allen is trying to go for the lead. Gonna try to be the first leader that isn't Moore today. Racing out of turn 4, Caleb Lane not really going with him, but Allen is clear, so he's the new leader. But how long will that last? He needs to hold off Lane here as the top 4 kind of pull away here. Oh, and there goes Big Mac, and we got a Big Mac behind. Oh, smoke everywhere, multiple drivers involved. Lattimore is in it. It looks like Gray Sachs is in it. I don't know who that was. That was Santori. He laid back, and I guess that did not work. Sierra Reno's in it. Vevelst is in it. Dan Sedgwick. A lot of these drivers. A lot of open drivers as well. Flandre Wilson has some damage. Scarrett is destroyed. I think just a bunch of drivers, and we're under caution for the first time in this duel. And a lot of damaged drivers now. We're only on lap 5. There's Justin Perez. And it looks like his chances to race in this year's 500 are done. Santori Jr., of course, was somehow involved. Ronnie Martin. ST Craig. Martin last year would be in trouble, but this year he can fall back on owner's points. There's Big Mac. He was the first car to get turned around. He has huge front-end damage, trying to race his way into the 500. Sierra Reno also with big front-end damage. Vevel's rear-end damage. Hubert with some damage. Let's see what happened here to cause the big one. I mean, it's how most big wrecks here at Daytona happen. They happen mostly into turn 3 as WarioWare down on the inside, trying to make it 4 wide, and 4 wide, doesn't really work. And Big Mac kind of just slides up, squeezes into Jackson Brown, and then there they all go. The middle lane, the outside lane, everybody can't avoid this. Ronnie Martin clips ST Craig there. Vebels comes flying in there, gives Perkins some big damage there. Lattimore and Santori collides as well. Drivers who were laying far back somehow get involved in this. I think Michael Parsons also might have damage as well. Gray Sachs, heavy front-end damage, trying to make the Daytona 500 and the part-time Parsons Motorsports entry. Scarrett, I think, is probably going to be our first DNF of this race. He'll probably start last for the 500. Let's see what happened to him here as do some replay magic. I mean, he definitely got hit hard out of anybody here. Brown sliding up, gives him front-end damage, then he gets clipped by Dan Sedgwick, then comes back up the racetrack. See all those tire marks everywhere as cars are sliding, going all over the place. Vevel's coming in out of nowhere. And just very unfortunate for most of these drivers. And most of these drivers will probably be safe, but many others who will not be safe, who have to race their way in. And that's going to be a big issue. And you can see this camera angle, just a ton of smoke. I don't think I've ever seen this big of a wreck in the duels for the 500 before. And that's going to be very interesting to see how the rest of the duel goes, see if that affects anything. But that's why we're under caution for the first time today, the big one in duel number 1. Getting ready for the restart after the big one just ended. 18 drivers left in the running, and about half of those are probably clean right now. Brandon Allen currently the leader in the first transfer spot. Right behind him is Tegan Fox in the second transfer spot, then WarioWare, and then Dick Ball, and then finally Josh Eichenfelder holds on to the 5th and final transfer spot. Brock Moore is also an open driver, but obviously, as I said, he's the pole sitter, so he's locked into the 500. So is Tony Santori Jr., but he just retired from the race, taking the easy way out, even though that crew will be busy working on fixing that car for the 500. As we're getting ready for the restart here. And a lot less open drivers as well. Jackson Brown out, Big Mac out, Justin Perez out, which should make it easier for some of these less damaged drivers. Perhaps the pace car will come into pit road here soon. As the drivers enter turn 4, you can see all the tire marks from the big one as cars were spinning everywhere. But Brandon Allen is in the captain's seat. I messed up that, but captain's seat right now, as he's currently the leader and has led most of the race so far, besides Brock Moore. Still very early as the pace car will head to pit road, and we'll see what happens on this restart. Green flag is about to wave, and we are back underway. Oh, Allen got a great jump there, but at any other racetrack, that would be a great thing, but not at a plate track. Those drivers behind him are going to reel him back in. So it looks like some of the slower drivers behind not keeping up with pace so far. Moore trying to get up to second. Top 5 kind of pulling away from everybody else. Fox looking to get down to the inside. Feel that hole right there. WarioWare going down to the inside, trying to get second for himself as they make moves behind. Moore maybe going to try to get the lead here if he has enough room. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. Never mind. Moore going to try to get the lead back. Brandon Allen might be in trouble here. Not a lot of drivers formed up on the outside. Now WarioWare is trying to move down to the inside. Does he have room? Not really, but Brock Moore is going to lead the lap. Tegan Fox now moving down to the inside, trying to get second place. The transfer drivers are all battling it out for the top position, but they're all pretty safe right now, as it's a pretty small pack, and they're the only transfer drivers besides Moore, who, again, can fall back on his qualifying time. As some of the slower drivers lose the front pack, Parsons, Perkins, Gray Sachs trying to stay up there, just in case something happens to one of those 5 drivers. He would love to make the 500 for Parsons Motorsports, his new team, and you know it's a very fast team, as we all know. And looking back, looks like SG Craig, Lattimore, a bit slower, but not too slow. I think they'll be okay as Fox is trying to go for the lead, makes a move down to the inside, drag race to the line, Moore leads the lap, but Fox will easily get into turn 1, Dick Ball right behind helping, Riley Smith as well. And Fox currently has the lead just barely and will clear Moore out of turn 2, but Dick Ball's got a huge run here. No, Smith is not helping Dick Ball at all. He's moving way down to the inside. Helped by Eichenfelder somewhat, but doesn't really have enough momentum, does he? Yes, he does. Never mind. He's going to try to get second here with one move. Smith being very aggressive so far. Eichenfelder right behind. So is Brandon Allen. As second pack forming up, Perkins, Parsons, and Gray Sachs as well. Those are slightly damaged race cars. All these drivers out front, though, they're pretty clean. As Tegan Fox continues to lead. Single file for the front 4 maybe, if Allen can get clear. No, not quite. Smith, I feel like, will make a move here soon. And he will into turn 3. Perfect place to make the move. But he doesn't really have any help behind, but he's got the advantage of the inside line. Davidson, huge run here. Caleb Blaine helping as well. And he's going to clear out of turn 4. Not quite just yet, but he's probably going to lead the lap unless Davidson has other ideas. Does he have room? No, he does not. Smith leads the lap. New leader out front as Davidson trying to move down to the inside. He's got help by Caleb Blaine. Side by side here for the lead. Into turns 1 and 2, sliding up a bit. Seems like Eichenfelder slipped up a bit. And Davidson will get the lead. Kind of in a brandless car right there, the old Thunderbird. The team did not switch over to the new Taurus, so Ford kind of pulled their backing, but they're being very competitive right now. Speaking of being competitive, WarioWare is trying to get second place. over Caleb Lane, and he's going to get it. Flandre Wilson also a part of this pack. She has damage, but it's not really affecting her, so that's kind of impressive. As Ware looks down to the bottom, Davidson blocks. He'll lead the lap. Any lap traffic ahead? No, they're far away so far, but they'll probably catch up to them by the end of this race as it gets a bit single-filed out front. The top four clear of everybody else, as it's mostly 3 wide behind. Is the second pack really gaining? No, they're probably losing more time as Ware moves down to the inside, helped by Peter Lane. He might have a chance at the lead here if he can get enough room. Yes, he can. Wario Ware might lead this next lap. Side by side for the lead, Davidson. Ware is going to get clear of Davidson, but Peter Lane might try to take the lead here. Too late of a move. Peter Lane, drag race. Ware leads the lap. Just barely. Rare helicopter cam, that was my mistake. But Peter Lane, what a move. And now Brock Moore's going to make a great move. He might grab the lead back. Dick Ball right behind. Side by side down the backstretch, very competitive racing. Even with so few cars in this pack. And it might shrink down some more. Oh, are we about to go 4 wide? No, not quite. Moore's going to clear once again. He has dominated this duel so far. He has a very fast race car throughout Speed Weeks. And he's looking for maybe a duel win here. Wilson now moves back up into second. Eichenfelder being very competitive so far in his return to RMS competition, trying to get second place. 15 laps to go as they continue to make moves behind. Slowly catching up to lap traffic though. That'll surely spread the field apart as Brandon Allen now moves back up into second. Eichenfelder will drop back. That second pack is very far behind now, so I would say if nothing bad happens, you never know, an engine failure could happen. These will be your drivers racing in the 500, those open drivers, as Allen is going to grab the lead back. Moore has no help on the outside as he falls back to Eichenfelder. So Brandon Allen back out front, helped by Caleb Lane. Lane, though, peeking, moving down to the inside. Allen, can he block? No, he doesn't. He cannot block. He'll lead the lap, but he'll probably lose the lead into turn 1. Lane, with help from WarioWare as Tegan Fox moved up to the outside, trying to help Brandon Allen. 46 trying to get the lead. And it looks like he'll clear into turn 2. They continue to approach the slower cars of S.G. Craig and Christopher Lattimore as they make moves behind, almost 3 wide. Does Davidson have enough of a run for the lead? Yes, he does. Davidson is going to try to get the lead back. Helped by Dick Ball, and he's going to clear for the lead. Caleb Lane isn't even going to lead a lap, despite getting the lead. Dick Ball might have a run here, though, on the inside. Helped by Eichenfelder. Drag race to the line. Davidson is going to lead it, but he doesn't really have help behind. He's going to fall back to WarioWare, and Dick Ball is going to get the lead, but for how much longer? Eichenfelder has a slightly better car, but it doesn't really matter here at these plate tracks. You just got to defend, and they're closing in on lap traffic. This might be a bit of a problem as they make moves behind. Riley Smith in trouble. Peter Lane moves down to the inside. And Dick Ball is in a great position to lead a lap here. Eichenfelder is not making a move just yet, as the top two sort of pull away in a little tandem-style sort of draft as they approach the lap traffic, closing in closer. Dick Ball will lead the lap, but will he lead the next lap? That lap traffic might become a huge problem here. And it is. It's going to become a problem. Everybody's going to get slowed up. Who's going to make the perfect move? I think Riley Smith just did. He moves up to the outside. Davidson helping. Brock Moore as well. Brandon Allen. Dick Ball will move down to the inside, though, and now that outside line is blocked. Smith now moves. Eichenfelder in trouble. They're all getting held up by lap traffic. Peter Lane now moves to the inside. Does he have room to take the lead? And Eichenfelder is going to get held up big time. And so is mostly everybody else. This might split up the front pack a bit, as Peter Lane will grab the lead. I think he won the duel a couple years ago. WarioWare, though, wants to lead. Drag race to the line. It'll be Peter Lane's lap to win. But will he win the race? That is the question. As I think mostly everybody... Oh, no, Eichenfelder continuing to get held up. And he might lose the pack, honestly. Poor Josh Eichenfelder, but he is so far out front of that second pack so far, so I think he should be fine mostly, as Ware continues to lead. Strung out pack, trying to regroup here. WarioWare subbed in for Geoff Jordan, I believe, at Atlanta, and he got a top 10 finish. Or top 5, I forgot, but very impressive, so much so that he replaced Geoff Jordan and now drives to 66 as it's mostly single filed out. Wayne, though, making a move. 10 laps to go here in Duel 1. Any lap traffic in front? Not really. Matthew Hubert and Carlson Bevels far in front as the pack sort of regains form. Moore kind of losing the draft. Eichenfelder is completely gone, but he should be fine currently, unless these three catch up, but they're going to have to deal with the lap traffic as well, so that's going to be a bit of an issue. Eichenfelder can just cruise for now, I would say. Ware still leading as the pack sort of builds up again. It's only 10 cars now. And Tegan Fox might have a run out of turn 4 here, but Riley Smith kind of abandoned her. Smith moves down to the bottom, helped by Brandon Allen, as Ware leads another lap. Coming down to the nitty-gritty here. Smith, does he have enough of a run to take the lead? Side by side. Yes, he does. A lot of help on that inside line compared to the outside line. And Riley Smith is going to take the lead. Brandon Allen, though, you know he's aggressive. He's going to try to take the lead back to him for himself, and he's going to be stuck in the middle. Davidson moves down to the inside, and everybody else follows him. Nobody goes with Allen. 3 wide for the lead, and Davidson, I believe, is going to get the lead all to himself. But Peter Lane might have a run here. He might say, no, not yet. Not yet, Davidson. I want the lead for myself here. But Davidson is going to lead the lap. Lane now in trouble as Moore rejoins the pack. He kind of lost the draft a bit. And now he's going to get back up to second here. Going to be helped by Davidson. Just a bit. Just a tad bit. Oh man, Eichenfelder is losing a lot of time here. Good battle out front. But Josh Eichenfelder might be in trouble here. And the second pack easily got around the 2 slower cars here. And there's still plenty of time left in this race. I don't know. Eichenfelder might be in trouble as Brock Moore gets moved out of the way by Dick Ball. Davidson still holding on to the lead. Dick Ball might be in trouble now too. Caleb Blaine now moves down to the inside trying to get second place. Davidson will lead another lap as he continues to dominate the end of this race, sort of. If anybody has a move for the 10 machine, gotta make it here soon. As Eichenfelder continues to lose time on the front pack, and the second pack continues to gain time on Eichenfelder. They might be damaged, but 3 cars is better than 1 as they get a bit single-filed out. The top 3, Lane deciding not to make a move just yet, as Peter Lane makes a move behind. Almost made it 3 wide for a second. There might be approaching lap traffic here that might affect the end of this race, as Davidson will lead another lap. Lane doesn't really have the momentum right now to compete. Even with the help of Tegan Fox, he needs more help. As it gets a bit single-filed out more drivers pulling in on the inside line. Oh, and Eichenfelder in some more trouble as he continues to lose the front pack, but they're not really gaining in the second pack as Lane is going for the lead, helped by Peter Lane. The Lanes helping each other out. They're going to be side by side with Davidson. As Caleb Lane going to come around and lead with 5 laps to go here, maybe. As the back of the pack gets strung up, Peter Lane might try to grab the lead here at the line. Drag race, Caleb Lane will lead the lap. 5 laps to go. Lap traffic might be a common issue at this finish, as Peter Lane will grab the lead easily, thanks to the inside line advantage. Helped by Brock Moore. Eichenfelder continues to lose time, but so does the second pack, as they are about to get 3 wide here. WarioWare moving down to the inside, and Peter Lane maybe stuck on the outside. Yes, WarioWare is going to retake the lead if he can clear more. Yes, he will. So he retakes the lead. With 4 laps to go, Flandre Wilson now moves back up into second. But that might not last. Dick Ball right behind, trying to make moves. 4 laps to go in duel number 1. A pretty exciting duel so far. As Ware now pulls away a bit, but he's kind of a set and duck right now. You don't want that much gap between you and second. And Dick Ball might grab the lead here if he gets a big enough of a run, if he has enough help. Riley Smith trying to push him, but they're not going to get enough of a run here. But maybe too early of a move if he had a big enough of a run. And they're closing in on lap traffic here, so that's going to be huge. As WarioWare leads, single filed out, top 5. But Brandon Allen broke that up. He's trying to make moves as well. Helped by Davidson. 3 laps to go. WarioWare trying to get a huge win here in the duels for a rookie who only made 1 start last season. As the pack kind of gets separated a bit, the top 5 have kind of pulled away from Teague and Fox as they're side by side behind. Dick Ball might make the move here soon. No, Brandon Allen is making the move. Never mind. Never mind that. But he doesn't really have enough help. He might not be able to get second. He will get second as the pack sort of reforms here. Still got to remind you of that lap traffic. That could change everything here for WarioWare as he continues to lead. 2 laps to go, crossing the start-finish line. Brandon Allen now moves up into second, clear. Dick Ball almost got stuck on the high side there, 3 wide for a second. Eichenfelder still losing time on the front pack. But the second pack, I'm trying to get an update here soon, but they're so far behind. You really can't tell. Oh, and there's 4 lap cars in front. And yeah, Eichenfelder pretty safe right now. Brandon Allen trying to grab the lead. But is it too early to grab the lead here? They might catch up to the lap traffic on the white flag lap. These slower cars are going to play a huge factor here. Unless Caleb Wayne has other ideas. He's trying to move down to the inside. Does he have a run? No, he doesn't. White flag, last lap for Brandon Allen here. Lap traffic in front. Gonna get in the way for sure. A top 10 so far, pretty safe for those open drivers. They're going to meet them on the backstretch here soon. What does Brandon Allen do? Brandon Allen moves down to the inside. High side might be in trouble. They're in huge trouble. And Allen is easily going to get around him, and that might do it for the race. It's a 2-man race now. Lattimore spins in the wreck. They spin around and crash. Dick Ball destroyed. No caution, or I believe the caution flag is out. Brandon Allen is going to win duel number 1. And I think that might help Gray Sachs get into the 500. Dick Ball is now on pit road here. Gray Sachs will get around the damaged car of S.T. Craig. Not an open car. And I think Gray Sachs might get into the 500. Unless the pit road somehow messes it up. Yes, he is in the 500. Gray Sachs in the 500. Got around Dick Ball. And poor Dick Ball can't catch a break. He clearly was in the 500 until that huge wreck happened. So Gray Sachs, out of nowhere, is now in the 500. Brandon Allen wins the duel. He is in. Teague Fox is in. WarioWare is in. And Josh Eichenfelder, of course, as well. Let's see what happened on the final lap there to cause that huge wreck. So I think it happens here. The slower car, Lattimore. Moore's trying to get around him, and he just collides with Lattimore, and that sends the 2 of them around. And so does Peter Lane. And then poor Dick Ball gets clipped. S.T. Craig hard contact as well as they all come spinning the racetrack. And that bad luck for Dick Ball completely ruins his engine as he collides with Lattimore again. The rest continue, but Dick Ball's engine is grenaded. He can't continue. And so that's going to be the reason why he's out of the 500. Because of that. And that's why Gray Sachs is in, and Dick Ball is unfortunately out because of the slower lap car of Lattimore. Just an unfortunate event there. As Brandon Allen is your winner in duel number 1. Alright, here we go for Duel 2.
Drivers,
26 cars.
to your cars.
26 cars once again. Let's quickly get through your starting lineup here. Mark Guerrero is going to start on the outside pole for the 500. To his outside is Lee McThydig. Row 2 is Anton Alvarez and Kyler Sistri. Row 3 is Mark Evans and Kellen Short. Row 4, Asher Evelyn, open driver, will have to race his way into the 500. Patrick Kamates to his outside. Angel Gutierrez and Kurab Shrivastava. In row 5, row 6 is Nelson Reeves and Luke Evans, who needs to race his way into the 500. Row 7 is Manuel Sanchez and Maria Tagoa, got to race her way into the 500. Row 8 is Ezekiel Garcia Ball and Montana Sherman. Row 9 is Caleb Rose, who needs to race his way into the 500, and Kirsten Bell. What is this, row 9, I think? Or did we go, this is row 10? I don't know. Skippy Larson and Fleet Cruz in this row. Leroy Conwell and Neil Dick in a very interesting paint scheme. Doge Porkington, Bandit Gallagher, Alan Rose, and Ricky Percat. Those 5 drivers all need to race their way in. Let's waste no further time. Got through your starting lineup. Let's get this race underway.
Is this on? Drivers, start your engines.
Absolute record time to get through a starting lineup, to be honest. But anyways, the Duel 2 field is rolling. No drivers in this duel who can fall back on their qualifying time. Everyone has to race their way in. They were all in Duel 1, the 2 drivers, because 2 drivers, I think, usually. I don't know if I did it different this year. I forgot. But anyways, those 2 will be in the 500. They can fall back on their qualifying times. The rest will have to race their way in. As the pace car will soon come onto pit road here. Mark Guerrero and Aline McThydig will lead the field to green here for duel number 2. It is about to get underway. Green flag is out, and we're racing once again at Daytona. And a pretty good start there by Guerrero, trying to clear McThydig into turn 1. Moves being made behind already. More so than we saw in Duel 1 at the start. As the top 2 gonna clear it. Anton Alvarez and Mark Guerrero. Evans trying to make moves on the inside, trying to use the inside line to his advantage, but Alvarez is moving down to the inside. He wants to take the lead as the field shuffles more and more, and we might be 4 wide already. We might be in trouble. No, not quite. Not yet. It's still a pretty calm start, but I thought Angel Gutierrez was about to make it 4 wide there. Did not. He only made it 3 wide. As they come out of turn 4, and Guerrero is going to lead lap number 1. Alvarez right behind. And so is Mark Evans as the inside lane kind of pulls away a bit from the rest of the drivers on the inside line. Getting 3 wide once again. Gutierrez getting shoved up into the middle lane. As Kyler Sistri now moves down to the inside. Got room there. As the top 2 kind of break away here for a second. Alvarez just kind of helping Guerrero so far. Not deciding to make a move just yet. Larson being aggressive, making it 3 wide. Got room on the inside. Sherman there to help. Manuel Sanchez and a bunch of other drivers as well. But it's sort of kind of a weird start to this one. No big wrecks yet, as they're sort of 3 wide and the top 2 have kind of broken away. Sistri trying to get 3rd place. Moving to the inside, and a lot of the open drivers as well. Kind of slower cars overall, so they're just kind of laying back. And Neil Dick is really off the pace right now. That 47, not quick at all. It's a very goofy scheme. Look at the number. But anyways, out front, it's still Guerrero and Alvarez, the top 2, as they continue to make moves behind. Are we going to be 4 wide here for a second? Porkington, no, doesn't have any room. Lays off a bit. Good move by the 14 machine. As Larson now moves up into 3rd place. Manuel Sanchez right behind. Kirsten Bell as well. As now the top 4 single file, as these 2 are trying to close up to the top 2. And here comes Skippy Larson now moving down to the inside, trying to make something happen. He has room. He's going to get by for second here, I believe. And, maybe this is the calmer duel as we saw in Duel 1 with the big one. But, this type of Daytona is very aggressive. As Manuel Sanchez is now trying to get second, helped by Kirsten Bell. Borkington making moves. Now in that first transfer spot, in a very good position so far. Luke Evans into that second transfer spot, and then it's a race behind pretty much as Guerrero continues to lead. He has so far led them all. The Napa car is kind of helping to get each other, but that's not going to last long. Or, well, no, it's going to continue to last. I thought Borkington might have gotten moved out of the groove into the middle lane. As they're still 3 wide here. Nobody has risked going 4 wide. Maybe they saw what happened in Duel 1 and they're playing it a bit more safe. Sometimes you just don't trust these drivers, as Borkington is trying to help his team owner a bit, Sanchez. But he's in trouble here. Luke Evans now moves down to the inside, making it 3 wide. Oh, are we going to be 4 wide here for a second? For just a bit, we were 4 wide, but we got back down to 3 wide. That could have been very dangerous. As Evans now moves up into 3rd place and the top transfer spot, but he might be stuck on the outside line. Garcia Ball going to make some moves to the inside, trying to get 3rd place. 6 laps of clean green flag racing. Guerrero still leading here with a very good race car underneath him. Nobody has been able to compete with him so far. But there might be a chance here. Manuel Sanchez now has help, but no, Garcia Ball does not go with him. Neither does Garcia Ball's teammate, and that's going to kind of screw him over there. He can't get second because of that. And that's going to screw over Evans now because he got stuck in the middle lane, and the inside line is much better than the middle lane. Nelson Reeves, Kellen Short, and a bunch of other drivers helping out. In top 3 single file. As now Garcia Ball is going to try it again, but he doesn't really have help. The advantage of the inside line, I think, is going to work. As Neil Dick very much off the pace. Caleb Rose starting to lose the pack somewhat. Not very ideal for him. But it's mostly just very calm, cool, and collected out front. Garcia Ball has a bit of a run, I believe, but he's not going to make a move. And they're not really 4 wide behind. Nothing is really happening right now. As Borkington now moves back up into the top spot. And it's just a mess behind. Manuel Sanchez trying to get second there, but doesn't have help. Gets blocked by Garcia Ball as they head into turn 1. Single foul for most of the top 10 here. They're just really playing it safe so far in this duel. Going for the safe route because they know what happened in duel number 1. And that's just kind of screwing them over so far. Manuel Sanchez, though, being aggressive. Kellen Short being even more aggressive as they just continue to fight for second. And nobody is really helping, trying to help each other, try to beat the 20 car. Maybe everybody's just kind of playing it safe, deciding that we're not junking up race cars today. We're just going to try to, we're all in this together or something like that. Let Guerrero win this duel because whoever gets 2nd place will be the 4th place starter instead. As Guerrero continues to dominate. And Rose has pretty much completely lost the pack. There's a bit of separation. Maybe pack's starting to form up here. Owen McThydig trying to make something happen on the inside line, trying to get around Kellen Short. And he will do that, but they're not really helping each other. Like I said, try to help each other get the lead here. Though McThydig does have a run out of turn 4. Maybe he has a chance here, but K-Meets, I don't think he's going to go with him. And it kind of stalled out there, you saw. But maybe there's a chance here in turn 1. K-Meets, though, might have a run himself, and he's going to get 2nd place. And it's just kind of this cycle of drivers cycling out 2nd place, but not really going for the lead. They can't help each other. K-Meets might have a chance here finally to get a lead change here. If he can play his cards right, he's got to run. But he's going to stay right behind Guerrero. Oh, this is just so frustrating to watch if you're a fan. You just know that these drivers can make passes here, but they just don't want to, or they just can't. Because Guerrero just has a dominant car underneath him for whatever reason. K-Meets, as it gets a bit single-filed out once again, as they continue to battle behind. Evelyn, I think, just moved up into the top spot as Srivastava gets stuck on the outside line. K-Meets going to try to get help from Skippy Larson behind his teammate. Maybe that will change something. Or nothing. No, Larson's just going to go by himself trying to get second. And K-Meets does not block. 20 laps in so far, and Guerrero has led them all. As they continue to battle behind, Borkington trying to get the top spot now for himself. Almost 3 wide there. Sherman being a bit aggressive. Didn't have a run and couldn't make a move. Srivastava now trying to help Larson as they get single filed out once again. The top 2 just pull away somewhat. They're going to close in again, but then they're going to fight for second again, and it's just the cycle repeats as Borkington moves way down to the inside. Doesn't really have help. I don't know what he's trying to do. Sherman. Oh, here he goes. Larson has a chance here. He pulled out at the right time. Sherman pulled out. And that's going to help Skippy Larson. And we're going to have a new leader here at Daytona. Finally, after so many laps of Mark Guerrero dominating, Skippy Larson going to take the lead. He's going to try to do the Grand Slam here, the Clash. He's going to try to win the Duel. And he's going to try to win the 500. But Sherman has other ideas here, maybe. As they continue to be 3 wide behind. And Guerrero is going to get shuffled completely out of this. Going to get stuck on the high side. And now Larson going to dominate. K-Meets, though, moves down to the inside. Sherman can't really compete. K-Meets has help. And Sherman is just stuck on the outside line. And so Larson is going to continue to lead here. And now it's a Toyota Racing Development 1-2 with Doge Workington now moving up to third. Ricky Percat now moving up into the second transfer spot, right in front of Maria Tagola. And that's a huge thing because Percat was the slowest qualifier yesterday and is somehow running pretty well with the top dogs, 6th place. Just shows you, no matter what equipment you have at Daytona, you can compete. As they head down the backstretch, Sherman moves out. K-Meets, though, staying right behind. Maybe planning his move. Percat moves out as well. And K-Meets is going to plan out his move, but is it too late of a move? No, it is not. Perfect timing. He knows what he's doing. He's going to try to grab the lead. Gonna barely get the lead here out of turn 4, but can he clear his teammate? Helped by Sherman and Percat. K-Meets is going to lead the lap. So another lead change. That's our 3rd lead change of this duel so far. Helped by Sherman, helped by Percat, Kirsten Bell as well helping. Percat trying to get into the top spot. It is currently Borkington, Percat, Maria Tagola, and then a bit farther behind, it is going to be Luke Evans. And in the final transfer spot so far is Asher Evelyn, but he might be in trouble right now. Bandit Gallagher trying to fight for that transfer spot. Well, not really. Kind of single-filed out right now. Just waiting for Evelyn to make a mistake as K-Meets will lead. Percat trying to get up to second, though, meanwhile. That would be a huge second right now, but they're 3 wide behind. 3 by 3 throughout the entire pack. What K-Meets will do, which lane will he block? He'll probably block the inside line because that'll get the best run. And now Evans is going to move up. And now Percat and Borkington, they might be in trouble. Maria Tagola as well, as mostly everybody moved down to the inside for a bit there. That was mostly transfer drivers on the inside line. As, getting a bit tight here, getting a bit dangerous as we're getting close to coming to 10 laps to go here. They're getting a bit more racy, I feel like. As Sistry moves up into second officially. Luke Evans, there's Bandit Gallagher making moves. He's now in a transfer spot. Asher Evelyn is in a transfer spot. Percat, I believe, still holds on to one, but Borkington might be in a bit of trouble there, as it once again gets a bit single-filed out. Approaching the slow car of Neil Dick. was way off the pace for whatever reason. Just not keeping up with it. And this might shuffle the entire field here. Unless they get 4 wide here soon. You know, that could always happen as they get single filed out front once again. Nobody's going 4 wide into turn 3, so we're pretty good on that front. As K-Meets now starts to dominate this race. And Gallagher's making a move down to the inside. Does he help? Yes, he does. Garcia Ball moves down to the inside as well. Trying to make moves happen. Will Sus try and make a move? Will Neil Dick affect everything here? Probably. But will it affect K-Meets? What will K-Meets do? As it kind of gets separated into some packs here and there. And now Garcia Ball moves way down to the inside, trying to get around Gallagher. That might not help Gallagher that much. Sus try continuing to stay behind K-Meets. Not making a move, but Neil Dick might come into effect here. As everybody moves up to the high side, Sustry, though, moves down to the inside. What is he doing? Now he moves all the way down to the inside, trying to make something happen. But I don't think that's going to work. And now the whole outside line is probably going to get held up here by Neil Dick for a little bit here, unless you can get back up to speed. And it's going to scramble the field here. I don't think anything is wrong with that 47. It's just that slow of a race car. And it's going to mostly shuffle up the entire field here. Kellen Short now trying to get second. K-Meets is in a pretty secure position, but he's a set and duck, just like before. Oh no, are they 4 wide behind? They might be 4 wide behind. This could be problems. No, they're still 3 wide. Nobody is being that stupid yet. Still got a little bit of racing to go. Sustra, I believe, is trying to go for the lead, meanwhile out front. Side by side, K-Meets was a set and duck, and Sustra is going to try to take advantage of that. Any lap traffic in front, Caleb Rose still way off the pace, and I think Neil Dick is just, yeah, he's just that slow. He can't get up to speed at all. And it's going to separate these drivers a bit. I think mostly this front pack is not filled, and they're really getting racy now. Aline McThydig is trying to go for the lead, so is Manuel Sanchez. And Sustry can't clear either of them. As we come up to 10 laps to go, this is where the real action happens. Sanchez trying to get the lead. Evelyn is a part of this pack. Maria Tagola as well. Alan Rose is going to take advantage of all the slow traffic. All the slow traffic that Neil Dick caused. Here comes Kirsten Bell trying to grab the lead. 10 laps to go. Everybody's now fighting for the lead suddenly, out of nowhere. Neil Dick just kind of fixed all the racing we've had in this duel, which, I'm not going to lie, has been kind of boring, but now it's ramped up. With 10 laps to go, that's exactly what you want to happen. Bell will move up to the high side. Alvarez will stay down to the inside. Gonna try to get help from Eveland here, and it's gonna work. Skippy Larson, though. Uh-oh, 4 wide. We're gonna be 4 wide here for a second. Oh, no. Larson being way too aggressive. Is this gonna... No, it's not. I don't think so. Are they gonna get out of 4 wide? Short might be in trouble. She does fill a hole, but they're 4 wide behind some more. Ellen Rose and a couple other drivers. And this cannot end well. Oh, they're shuffling, moving everywhere. Oh, Garcia Ball's going to go down to the apron here. He got shoved onto the apron. Oh my goodness. How have they not wrecked? He's still on the apron. He's trying to get back up on the racetrack, and he finally can. Oh my goodness. As we just had a lead change once again, Skippy Larson retakes the lead, but Alvarez is immediately going to try to get it back, has a run. Oh my goodness, that whole half a lap there of just 4 wide, somehow getting out of it. And I think Sustry got some damage in that. He might have scraped the wall. We're going to get a replay on that. They do make contact there somewhat, and that sends Sustry up into the outside wall, and that scrambles everybody. Somehow, someway, that wasn't a massive wreck, but Sustry is pretty much out of the running to win this duel with that damage, and kind of slowing up everybody else behind him. But anyways, back up front, Alvarez is going to lead the lap. Orkington in a current transfer position, so is Evelyn. Maria Tagola and Alan Rose as well. Who has the final transfer spot? It is currently Luke Evans behind. but by how much? Percat close behind, trying to use the draft to his advantage, trying to use some other drivers, but Evans is kind of snaking here a bit, gonna get around Bandit Gallagher. I didn't even notice Gallagher there, and now he's gonna be in a transfer spot. So he wasn't really there before as Skippy Larson retakes the lead. As most of the pack is single file behind, it's kind of separating into two packs right now, I would say. And they're going to eventually catch up to another slower car, Caleb Rose, soon here, as Larson continues to lead, and it's kind of becoming what it was early in the race, kind of single filed out. As Larson continues to lead, Alvarez, is he going to make a move? Yes, he will. He has help from Borkington, I believe. No, he doesn't quite yet. Now he does. Now he does have help, and he's going to move down to the inside, retake the lead. Meanwhile, Evans, stuck on the high side here, possibly, maybe in trouble. Not really. Everybody else to the high side. Going to fill that hole there between Cam Eats and Conwell. Ricky Percat, though, stuck on the outside line. Bandit Gallagher kind of losing the draft a bit. Sostrai has completely lost the draft. Borkington just took the lead. Doge Borkington needing to race his way in, and now he leads. Oh, goodness gracious. This race has really, really amped it up to 100, if you will. Everybody jockeying for position. Guerrero trying to get back out front now. Making moves, getting around Gutierrez. He owns that car. He's getting around a technical teammate there. Workington, will he lead this lap, or will Guerrero make a move? No, Emmanuel Sanchez is going to help his teammate, kind of. And Borkington is going to lead with 5 to go. 5 laps to go. They're catching up on Caleb Rose here, I believe. Can Sanchez get the lead over his own car? Yes, he can. He has room on the inside. They're really racing it out here. Really being racy. Rose far ahead. And I think Luke Evans currently is in a pretty secure position to race in the 500. Ricky Percat can't really do anything. They're really single-filed out there. And Bandit Gallagher, I think, both of them have pretty much lost the draft there. They're going to need something to happen here. Maria Tagola might grab the lead meanwhile. That's an open car. Oh, made a bad move. 3 wide to the line. It's going to be Manuel Sanchez's lap. He leads it. 4 laps to go. Tagola trying to get clear Garcia Ball. She cannot. And Garcia Ball is going to grab the lead. Kellen Short right behind. Going to have a run here coming out of turn 2, I believe. Helped by Lee McThydig. But McThydig does not go with her. Short moves up to the high side. Looking for some room on the outside. Might affect Garcia Ball. No, not really. And that's going to affect Kellen Short, though. Stuck on the outside line. Still 3 wide. Still haven't gone 4 wide ever since what happened. And they are catching up to Caleb Rose here. And as we saw in the first duel, I think Percat has caught up with the duel. But as we saw in the first duel, when they caught up to the lap cars once again, they caused a massive wreck, and you don't know if that's going to happen again. 3 laps to go. Gallagher kind of lost the draft here. Percat has kind of regained the pack here, and that's going to help him out a bit. But he's still out of the 500 currently, unless he can get around Doge Borkington here. Meanwhile, out front, got to watch out. Here comes Caleb Rose, going to affect things here soon. Fleet Cruz moves up into 3rd place. McDyke's going to try to go for the lead here. While the lap car might get in the way here. But no, they're Rose is too far out front here. But they're quickly gaining on him. And this might shuffle up the entire field. If you're stuck on the outside, watch out. That's going to help hold up Garcia Ball. 2 laps to go. McThydig is easily going to get the lead. Fleet Cruz moves up into 2nd. Kellen Short up to 3rd. And this is big trouble there for the outside line. They're all going to get held up. Evelyn and Tagola and Doge Borkington. This might help Bandit Gallagher a ton as they get kind of single-filed out here. Maybe Caleb Rose can get up to speed here. They're really shuffling here. It's a really another scary scenario here. And it's really single-filed out front as here comes Aline McThydig. 1 lap to go here. Kellen Short now moves down to the inside. They're really shuffling right behind. White flag, last lap for Aline McThydig. as they battle for second now. That will really help him out as they continue to shuffle behind. Still no 4 wide. Surprisingly, Percat might have just gotten held up there. And that might not be ideal for the 8 here. We gotta pay attention to this battle. No, he did not get held up. Bandit Gallagher has caught up with the rear end of this pack and is gonna try to use that to his advantage. Gonna try to get around Tagola here. I think he has to get around Tagola to be in the 500. Percat's pretty safe right now. Out front, it is gonna be, oh, look at that! Kellen Short gonna grab the lead out of turn 4. Last lap pass. Kellen Short is gonna win the duel, baby! Yes, she will. Sherman ran out of time. Did Bandit Gallagher get in? I think he did not. No, he couldn't get around Tagola, and I think he is out of the 500. Let's just see here. So Montana Sherman just came oh so close to beating Kellen Short. Luke Evans is in the 500, and Alan Rose as well. He's in. Doge Borkington is in. Ricky Percat is in. Asher Evelyn is in. And so Tagola is also out as well. So it wouldn't have mattered anyway for Bandit Gallagher. Very unfortunate for him. How close was Tagola to making the 500, though? That's my question. I would say if she just had one more lap, because Evelyn was getting slowed up by the slower car of Caleb Rose, and that's going to be the reason why poor Maria Tagola won't race in this year's Daytona 500. Bandit Gallagher, Neil Dick, Caleb Rose, obviously, as well, they will not race in this year's 500. And what crazy duels we just had